Hello and welcome back to another video on Pidini doing stuff and filming it. We're doing the TV licensing videos still. We're on to video number 2. It's called What Your TV License Pays For. Let's have a look, shall we?
You probably already know your TV licence fee pays for all the BBC TV programmes. But you might not know about all the other things it funds. For a start, there's radio, including 16 national radio stations, 40 local radio stations, plus world service globally.
Those numbers are probably incorrect by the time I've started recording this, because the BBC seems to love closing down radio stations at the moment. I mean, I can't blame them. I mean, they do keep having their budget frozen, so there are going to be cuts here and there, but yeah, those numbers are probably wrong. Also, she's back with the massive fucking telly. So, but yeah. Now, one thing, it's quite handy that we've stopped right here on the BBC World Service. Now, if you follow my old tech restoration videos, I did one on a little radio that I bought. Where is it? Let's have a look. This is it, right here. Now, this doesn't look like much. It's quite an old, small radio. But what it has is shortwave function on it, which may seem quite old-fashioned, outdated, because why would you have shortwave when you can have a DAB? Now, BBC World Service still transmits on shortwave, and the reason I found that important is when I was restoring this radio, I did a bit of research into shortwave radio, and it turns out when the invasion of Ukraine started by Knobhead, as we'll refer to him as, obviously I know his name, but we'll call him Knobhead. The BBC World Service, now I only saw this from one source, so I don't know if it's actually true, but they supposedly increased the power on their Rome transmitter, because there's various transmitters around the world. That transmitter services Ukraine, and now whilst the service is in English, which may or may not be useful to to a lot of people in Ukraine, the crucial thing about shortwave radio is it travels extremely far. If you have a powerful enough transmitter, you can transmit to anywhere in the world. It's really very useful. The sound quality may be crap, and you know, there are, for normal day-to-day use, DAB is better, and so is FM, and just about everything is better than shortwave. There's a reason most radios don't come with it anymore. But it got me thinking, all those people, they're hiding in cellars, they're trapped, they're cut off, they've probably lost power, especially at the time of recording after the attacks on Ukraine's infrastructure. They may well have, and I hope a lot of them do, have little radios like this, and that will be their only connection to the outside world, because they're not going to have any internet connection. Their phones may still be working, but who knows with the attacks on the infrastructure. If the power goes off, then you're going to lose mobile signal as well, aren't you? But yeah, the BBC World Service is transmitting the news on a daily basis, news that's relevant to them as well, so they have this link to the outside world. And this takes AA batteries, and I've had it for months now, and it's still on the batteries that I bought when I first got it. So yeah, for me, BBC World Service has a bit of a special place in my heart for that. Yeah, I can't fault them for that. I know there are BBC haters out there, and that's fine. You can go and hate somewhere, but they do some good stuff. I don't hate the BBC. Archer does, but never mind. Yeah, I don't hate the BBC at all. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not worthy of the hate that it gets. But I do hate TV licensing. They're crooks. Anyway, we've gone a bit off topic. I really hope they keep BBC World Service going. And if you're the sort of person that thinks, oh, well, why do we need World Service? Why are we? Why is the BBC providing for all these foreigners? Please feel free to keep that opinion to your fucking self. Right, let's carry on. I've started ranting. I'm only 25 seconds in, and I'm not even ranting about what I'm here to look at. Fucking hell. Alright.
Then there's all the news and general sports coverage. There's coverage of music, whoop, and live global sporting events.
Not football,
It also
though.
pays for BBC iPlayer, where you can watch programmes live on all BBC channels, or catch up on a year's worth of programmes you might have missed or want to watch again. You can also enjoy a large range of box sets and archive content. And BBC Three with all its original comedy and content, online at bbc.co.uk and on BBC iPlayer. And your TV licence fee funds the BBC website. It pays for all the kids' TV programmes, interactive web pages and apps, and all of the other BBC apps, including up-to-date sports coverage, the weather app, the news app, BBC Sounds, and all the podcasts. Not to mention BBC Bitesize, which provides an educational resource for schools and students across the UK. And because of the way the BBC is funded, content is independent and free from commercial advertising. Oh, and of course, not forgetting the library of online recipes, my apple pies. The TV licence does more than you might think.
Okay, alright, yeah. Fair play, yeah, it does do more than you might think. Well, no, I knew that the BBC did all of those things, but whatever. Can't help but think sometimes that perhaps the BBC are overstretching themselves. I mean, some of that stuff I think we could perhaps do without, and they could focus on other things like keeping radio stations open, whatever. But that being said, I do find BBC News to be, for the most part, impartial. They have a few slip-ups here and there. I do think they really need to be a bit more critical of, say, like the government, especially at the moment. But yeah, they seem a bit too obsessed with just being completely neutral in everything. But whatever. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure there are people far smarter than me. Alright, anyway, we'll call that it for this one, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video then. Thank you for watching this video on Pidini doing stuff and filming it. Please don't forget to press the big button here in the middle to subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you liked what you just saw, please click the like button below and leave a comment letting me know what you liked about it. And as always, thank you for watching.